Our Jacob Rascone continues our team coverage now. He's live in the community of Belleville, 55 miles northwest of Houston. And Jacob, what did the attorney have to say?
Yeah, Chris, this press conference just wrapped up recently, and let's start with yesterday. The attorney said, first of all, he was in the car with Solis on his way to turn Solis in, and he had been talking to law enforcement all day, and they knew that. And so he says the big show of force to make an arrest was just a big show. And then on top of that, he says there is zero evidence that his client committed any crime. He said the way that HPD has characterized the entire thing has all been false, though he declined to provide his own evidence from his conversations with his client Solis about his version of events. He simply went on today to talk about how he said in the end there would be no murder conviction for his client. He knew that based on the evidence that he has, but which he said he would not give us because he says HPD doesn't have it either.
They have not even close to enough information to make an arrest, but the man is in custody. They don't know anything about how this incident went down, but the man is in custody. They don't know how this incident started. The man is in custody. Jumping to conclusions all over the place about who was in the right and who was in the wrong without any evidence. Based upon what I know, I would be horrified and shocked if there is ever a conviction of my client in this case.
So again, he did not provide his own evidence, the conversations that he had with his client to us. He says that HPD told him that they did not have any evidence about what actually led up to this and what his client actually did and why he did it. And so for that reason, he's not telling us what he says he knows. Simply, when asked directly, he says he knows his client is innocent and will not be charged in the end or will not be convicted of a murder charge. We, of course, have yet to reach out to HPD to ask for their response. This press conference just wrapped up, but of course we will do that and have an update for you coming up at 6 o'clock. Reporting live in Belleville here where that press conference happened, I'm Jacob Rascone. Chris and Lauren, back to you.
Jacob, thank you.